I was in film and scene.
Shoel and I met when he was working at the Irish Heather, and I was a regular customer of his, and would drown my sorrows as I was becoming frustrated with my employment situation. As I would complain, we would engage in conversation, and one day I said, fuck it, I should just open my own restaurant. I was sitting again at the Heather, having a conversation with a friend of mine who had just come back from Toronto and told me about the Grand Electric and how a taco and bourbon bar was just the coolest thing. And if you're talking about opening a restaurant, why don't you do that? After this conversation with Graham, I called Shoel and said, what do you think about tacos? And Shoel said, I love tacos. So we then proceeded to develop a concept for Gringo.
We ended up going through a website of Spanish slang that could be easily translated into English, and amongst the hundreds that we looked through, we both saw Gringo at the same time, and it was just like a lightning bolt. It was like, done, settled, and that spurred a lot of the concept itself, was that what's more Gringo than ...
The concept build for this space, we wanted to be a restaurant in Gastown, not a Gastown restaurant. There are a lot of very forward-thinking, high-end restaurants around us, and we wanted to be that place where the industry would be comfortable coming to, where there was value, where there's cheap beer, and you're coming for the atmosphere and the hang, not for a food experience. Certainly not to say that we don't care about the food, but we opened it for the vibe, and it's a vibe that was missing down here.
My personality has always been very friendly and accommodating, and I want it to be more like, it's like my house. It's like, come into my home and relax, and you're not only a guest, you're like a friend. We like to know, we don't do table numbers in here. We don't do seat numbers. We take people's names. We want to know them. We want to know them when they come back. We want to know what they like. And because we're 25 seats with 6 on the patio, we always have that intimate setting. So it can only get so crowded. So you really get to know the people that are drinking next to you.
The concept of the menu is white trash Mexican. So we developed it very specifically so that there was some authenticity to it, but not tons. We hired Carl Gregg from Big Lou's Butcher Shop to come in and consult on the menu for us. He pre-preps everything and brings it in, and we reheat it. So as far as popular food items, yes, the tacos are very popular. The beef chuck and the Encino chicken and the Wilbur pork are probably the 3 most popular. The street dog is probably what people would say that we're known for, but what people actually order, they order everything. But the tacos and the street dog definitely.
The bar menu was really, it was inspired by that all-inclusive resort in Mazatlan, Mexico, where all the Americans go to drink heavy alcohol, a little bit sweet. We definitely are very tongue-in-cheek. We have 2 options of tequila, crap and okay. And we don't tell you what they are because it's more important who you're drinking with than what you're drinking. And I think that's been lost over the last couple of years. My dad had given me one bit of advice, I knew that I was never going to open a restaurant by myself. I've seen people do it, and the hours that it takes, they get so burnt out that they just can't maintain it, and then the restaurant and the customers are left wanting. So I knew I wanted to have a business partner, and my dad had just said time and again, make sure you've got the right business partner. There's not one hidden corner to the business between us. We track everything together, and it's a very harmonious partnership. And this was, I guess, the best test, but we're already looking way into the future, like where we can take the partnership from here.
Can't take yourself too seriously here.